Oh, I think we just went live. Let me check in the group.
Yeah, we got Park, TJ, Mark. We got a ton of we got. Is this old? I don't know if everyone's on.
Yeah, those are the people who commented earlier. What's up,
Oh,
Keith?
what's
Yeah,
up, Mark?
that's the one live. All right, awesome, awesome. While we wait for people to come in, I really had the pleasure over here to interview Blake Nubar. Guys, if you do not know Blake Nubar, he was the fastest award winner for the 2 Comma Club. It was 43 days, right?
43 days. Yeah, yeah, that was it. That was the award.
Freaking epic. And yeah, like Blake has been working with Kevin Harrington on Shark Tank and on his project. And like recently Blake also just got a Dream Car Award. So congrats on that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. So okay, cool. So Blake has been like really, really, really help people, all the entrepreneurs around the world. He's someone who's really cares for people's success. Always in his group, always helping people out, and always personally replying to comments. Right, like I haven't come across a person who is always in his group and always out there to always help people so much. So again, Blake, I really, really appreciate you for being here with us and spending time with us over here. And yeah, you also got the 2 Comma Club X, right? So more
Yeah.
than $10,000 earned lifetime throughout in ClickFunnels. So again, really, really appreciate it, man. So how's it going, Blake? How's it going? How have you been? What have you been working on lately?
Yeah, so no, things are good. First off, Joshua, thanks for having me. What's up, guys? Thanks for everyone piling in right now. I see a ton of you just like hopping on. This is awesome. Yeah, just been staying busy. Working on things with the program, things like that. Things are pretty crazy right now here in America with everything going on. I don't know if you're experiencing it as well, but just staying safe, staying busy, working on the program, and things are good, man. Things are really good.
That's really awesome to hear. And yeah, like I literally love the movement you have, like literally freedom fighters.
Oh yeah. We got the freedom fighters, laptop CEOs. We
Yeah,
got
that. And once again, guys, if you're watching live, do hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay and smash the heart button so this video gets more engagement. Let's get rock and rolling. So let's see who else do we have here on the live. Oops. Moses, what's up, Sanjay? What's up, June? What's up, Ryan? What's up, all of you guys? What's up, Josh? So happy to have you guys to join the live over here with us with our legendary Blake. So Blake, I've be so curious to hear, what's your secret in hitting the 2 Comma Club in under 45 days?
yeah. So I mean, man. Okay. So it's crazy, right? So I used to work. Little backstory. I used to work in the corporate 9 to 5, and that's when I first experienced the power of sales funnels. I was working on a project. I don't know. A lot of people probably heard this backstory, so just grab the popcorn if you haven't. Maybe this will be a little inspiring. So I was working in corporate 9 to 5. We were working on a project, and we were building out this amazing personal training certification. And we put everything into this thing, right? We were building this. Basically, what our job was to train people to become personal trainers at gyms and stuff. And we launched this certification, and we launched this thing, and we go to the marketing department, and they couldn't market it, right? They couldn't figure out how to do any of that stuff. And I didn't know anything about funnels. I didn't know any of that stuff at the time. So I remember, out of pure frustration, one of the nights when we were working on it, I just went home and I hopped online and I found Russell Brunson like on an ad on Facebook. And I had no idea who this guy was. He was just this like crazy, energetic dude like 6 years ago, right? Like I joined ClickFunnels when they were like 19,000 in the group.
Wow.
And I joined this thing, and I fell in love with sales funnels. So I ran into the office the next day, started whiteboarding out the sales funnel. Everyone's like, "What are you doing, man?" And I'm like, "I know how we're going to sell this product that we just built. We're going to use a sales funnel." And they're like, "What's a sales funnel?" And I'm like, "I don't really know yet, but it's this guy Russell Brunson told me it's going to work. So just trust me on this." And I go and I spec out this like webinar funnel. And long story short, man, we launched this webinar funnel and like not one person bought, not a single person purchased. I was frustrated. I was like, man, this guy Russell told me that sales funnels were supposed to work, and I did what he said, and it didn't work, right? And I remember I was so pissed. I went outside and I was just like sitting there, and I was like, man, like I put everything into this, launched it, and nothing happened. So I walked back inside, and I remember I went to my computer and I clicked on the refresh button, and we made our first sale of our webinar, like $797. I went nuts. I went crazy. I'm like, this guy Russell, it does work, right? Like instantly from like non-believer to believer in like 7 minutes and 22 seconds. And and I feel like that's how a lot of us are, right? Like we're just like, if it didn't work, you know, we're gonna blame something else, and if it does work, it's like, okay, cool. And I get that first sale, and it changed my life, right? And I walked in the next day and I quit my job, and I set out on this mission to understand sales funnels. And that's what leads into that broken, shattered funnel award that you see right there. I started off on my own. I went on my own direction. I took a year of my life and I learned everything I could about sales funnels. Literally 18 hours a day. That's all I did. I was broke as hell. This was like 3 years ago, bro. Like we're talking like not even that long ago. Had no money, but I knew I had time, right? Like I knew if I didn't have money, I had time to make up for it. So I started studying sales funnels. I started learning marketing and you know, whatever I know now about it, things like that. And it came to a point where I was contacted by a guy named Brian Page. And Brian was ground zero. He was like, had nothing. He's like, Blake, I have trouble with this like tech issue. And I fixed this tech issue for him. And I haven't heard from Brian. I didn't hear from him for like a little while. And about 2 weeks later, he calls me and I'm driving back from visiting my family. And he's like, hey man, like I heard about these things called funnels, man. Like I have this course, like it's not making any money. It's not doing anything. Like I'm selling it on like JV Zoo and it's not, no one's buying it. Like what, like, can you help me? Excuse me. And I'm like, yeah, man, like you need a sales funnel. You need like a webinar funnel, man. And he's like, all right, like, do you know anyone that can build it? And I'm like, yeah, I can build it. And I still barely knew funnels, right? But I knew that I was going to find a way to make it work. And we built this funnel and I put every ounce of energy into this. I was like, let me try and make this a massive win for Brian, right? And next thing you know, we launched this thing and, you know, ups and downs with it, of course. But 43 days later, we did $1 million with this funnel. And it kind of changed my life, became a partner in his business. Like we worked on it together. Since then, we've done, you know, so much success with that one specific thing. But the key it's when I had this mental shift from how much money can I make to how much money can I make someone else, my entire life changed. Because the whole time, right? Like I think a lot of us are in this game and we're like, how do I make money, right? How do I make money online? How do I do this? And at the time I was service related. I didn't have a digital product. I didn't have an info product. All I had was the ability to give my skill set and my time. But my mentality was, how do I make money? So I said, you know what, forget that. Let me shift it from, instead of how do I make money, let me shift it to how can I make someone else money? And when I made that mental shift, my entire trajectory in my career changed because I started making a lot of people money and then everyone wants to work with you. So did that with Brian. We partnered up, did $1 million in 43 days. The rest is history. That funnel's done over $11 million probably in sales. Yeah.
It's really epic, Blake. Funny thing was, like I didn't know you before all this, your program and stuff. And I was like kind of checking you out, listen to people's podcasts and this thing that you said, right? Not judge the results that you can generate yourself, but the results that you can help others generate. That itself kind of stuck in me. And that's what, I took moving forward. And that small advice that I heard on your podcast is like, literally mind blowing and kind of changed my perspective and everything.
Yeah, it's huge, right? Like when you come online, look, we're all like, this is the mentality, right? It's like, how do I get rich, right? I'm coming online. I want to make money because I want to make money so I can be financially free and I don't have to worry about anything ever again. And the online dream is that that's what you can do. And the beautiful thing about that is that is 100% possible, right? But a lot of people come into that frame with the sense of me. How can I get rich? How can I do this? When it's like, when you shift that from how can I make someone else successful, your success goes up with it because of what you're capable of doing. Dude, it got to a point where when I started going, I have this concept called go for wins, which, because I watched the entire landscape. Everyone's like, we're making 30 grand a month in our agency and we're making 50 grand. And I'm like, I don't care about any of that shit. How can I make my clients, I want to make them money. And what I started noticing is after that, like people would come to me just from making people successful or helping in their success. I never made anyone successful. I would contribute in their success. And by doing that, people would literally call me and be like, Blake, let me give you 6 figures to build this funnel. Like, and I'm like, do you know what I do? They're like, yeah, you do campaigns and marketing and funnels, right? And I'm like, yeah, do you know what kind? And they're like, I don't even care what kind. I saw what you did for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. I want that for me. So when you go from a place of servitude and you start helping, you have such a competitive advantage because everyone comes into this like, how can I get rich? How can I be successful? And if you flip that, you now have a chance of going against the grain because no one's really coming in with, how can I help you? How can I do this? And that is one of the biggest competitive advantages you can have in digital marketing. Does it require you to work a little bit? Yeah, you got to work. Like, that's the reality of it. Like, as marketers, as all I can do is make your job easier. At the end of the day, you got to have heart. I can't put heart in you. I can't do it. You either got it or you don't. And my job is to help you understand that you do have it deep down and we have to pull it out of you. But if you come in helping people and putting the work in, give it 3 months and watch how much changes.
Yeah, that itself is really inspiring. Like, help people by actually helping people, and like literally, like that's a thing that kind of blew me off. Like, that make everything blew off for me, right? Like literally, like exactly what you say in your program, right? Like actually help people, respond to comments, see what they need help, and just literally help people. And honestly, the thing is sometimes, like, people don't see the direct ROI in it when they're starting out, but it builds time. It just builds over time. And I always say, it's about like planting seeds to people.
Yeah.
And when you take off, these people will just, the seeds will just grow.
That's what I get chills from that, because there's this concept called dig the well before you're thirsty, right? And you have to start digging this well before you're ready to take a sip of it, because you can never come into a situation where you're just like, oh, let's team up because I have this done. You have this underlying motive and no one's going to want to work with you. You have to start contributing, lay the seeds, plant the seeds, lay the foundation so that when you do have something, people are going to pay attention. I did 2 years of my life helping every day, hopping in ClickFunnels community, hopping in. I didn't care who you were. I didn't care if you needed a freaking graphic design. I was there to help you. And it pays off, because when you come from a place, like I said, I can't preach it, I can't beat it home enough. When you come from a place of servitude, people see that, okay? Like, we all know those people that are just willing to help, and you want to go be around them because they're constantly there to serve you and help you solve problems in whatever it is that you're experiencing.
Yep. It's a really, really powerful concept, Blake. So, like, you were the top funnel builder in the funnel Rolodex, right?
I used to be in. I'm not in the funnel Rolodex anymore. No, things got too busy. I couldn't really manage it, so I don't do anything in the funnel Rolodex. I have funnels in the marketplace for sale, but not anything in the Rolodex.
Got it. So, like, what's your strategy, or what's your psychology behind like building a successful sales funnel, in just a short bit, because I know there are a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. So, and maybe people on right now can relate to this. So I made the biggest mistake when I got started, and I built the funnel, right? Like, I think what's fun about ClickFunnels is you want to go build funnels, right? It's like, oh, let's build a funnel. And then you realize it doesn't work, because most people never launch a successful funnel. It's just the reality of it. First off, most people never launch. Second, most people never, if they can launch, the chances of it succeeding, it's slim. Okay. Like, you hear about the wins and there's so few far between. There is a graveyard of failures. Okay. I've had funnels that have completely flopped. All right. So the key is not so much just the funnel. That's just one aspect of it, right? You have to, the best piece of advice I could give anyone, and it's the one piece that probably a lot of people want to avoid because, quite frankly, it's boring, right? But you need to understand who it is you're selling to. Who is the person that you're communicating with? And when you understand that market better than anyone, maybe you are that market, right? Like, for example, I used to play basketball. I played growing up my entire life, high school, never played collegiate because I wasn't good enough. But I played my entire life. I could communicate with athletes on a whole nother level. I knew the lingo, I knew the verbiage, I knew what they liked to do after school. I knew what types of sporting equipment they liked. I knew where they shop for. I knew that market. If I wanted to go create a product and solve a problem for that market, I could still go do it because I understand that market better than anyone. So it's when you understand who you're marketing to better than anyone and you solve a problem they have, sky's the limit. You could explode a business very quickly if you can work on it every day. So the number one advice I could give anyone is you have to understand your market. I used to think it was boring. I was like, man, I don't want to research and understand and talk to people and do all this crap to figure it out. But when you do take the time to build a foundation predicated off who your market is, who your audience is, oh man, like I said, the sky's the limit. You have to do that first. Once you understand the market, you have to understand what it is that what problem you're going to solve for them. Okay. And this is like super technical analysis, like in the weeds of it, but this is literally the process I go through every time. Who am I selling to? What is the problem that we're solving for them? Okay. How can we create that into an offer? Right. And then we write the copy around the message and the offer. We put that into a funnel. We then launch that funnel with a launch campaign. And then once we prove the launch campaign and we prove the framework and it works, we then turn it into an evergreen campaign. And that's the process I go through every time. And each step of that process has specific things you have to do. And you have to you can't jump from like step 1 to step 4. You have to go in order. It's like levels in like a Mario game, right? You got to go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. And if you start skipping steps, which I used to do in my infancy stages, I failed my face off. So you really have to understand who your market is you're talking to. And when you do, you can understand the problems that you can solve for them. And if you can do just those 2 things, you are like 99% ahead of anyone else. Like your chances are really good. If you know who you're talking to and you have a big problem to solve, you are in a really good situation.
Wow, that's really profound. Like, finding a dream customer and then knowing exactly what problem it is, how can you create an offer around it, and then, how do you do the copywriting and then launch the funnel and then prove the concept and then create an evergreen. Wow, really, really amazing. Love the idea and how, the one thing I love about you, Blake, is like you really do things really systemized. Like, how is it that, when you plan stuff, you do things, it's all so organized in a way that, it just flows, right?
And well, yeah, I mean, that's the reality of it, right? We love to talk about frameworks, but man, creativity and business, it's messy as hell. Okay. So if you're out there and you're sitting at your desk and you're working and you're scatterbrained and you're all over the place and you're like, oh, let me do this and then let me try this, that's normal. Okay. Don't think like everyone's business is, unless you're like a massive organization, it's chaos. I don't care what they tell you. You can have systems in place, you can have processes, and that's great. But all in all, business as it grows, which is a natural thing, is always going to be chaotic because with each step of growth, there's a whole new set of problems that none of us are experienced for. I have no idea how to run a $100 million business. I have no idea how to do it because I've never done it. Okay. And it's like to get there at every step, it's chaotic. So as much as it seems like it's systematized, which it is, right? To be an effective business, you have to have systems, you have to have processes. Like my business partner and I, we figure out this stuff as we go. And that's what being an entrepreneur is. So if you're out there and you're like, I don't have systems yet and I don't have this, don't freak out about any of that stuff. We had no systems because we didn't have anything worth putting a system around for the longest time. And if you're frantically like feel like you're waking up every day and you're like, I don't know what to work on, I'm scatterbrained, things are crazy, that's normal. Okay. Like every day I walk into this office, I'm just like, what craziness is happening today? So it's a normal thing. But yeah, like to grow a company, like you're shifting from this role where you have to start solving problems to putting systems and processes in place.
Wow, really amazing. And the funny thing is, although we all have, if you do have systems in place, but we still launch imperfectly, and somehow
Always.
things just
Every time I've launched perfectly, I've made no money. Every time I've launched imperfectly, I've made a lot of money.
proof of concept.
That's it. MVP. Get it out the door.
Cool. So, Blake, what would you be think, throughout this, 6 years you're in ClickFunnels and the past 3 years where you really took off and got success? What would you say, aside, like thinking about, how you help other people to get success? Aside from that, what do you think else like contributed to your success massively?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. A lot of stuff, actually. So you always have to have a team. Okay. Like, you can't do this shit alone. You just can't. My business partner and I, we bounce ideas off each other. Like it's yin and yang. We have an effective, we work great together. We have a support team. Like there is no one-man band. And if you are a one-man band when you're starting, that's okay. Okay. I'm not saying anything negative about that. But if you want to grow a business, you're going to need help, period. I don't care if you're hiring out for it, if you're outsourcing. If you try and go about this alone, you will burn out faster than a candle with no wax. You are going to burn yourself into the ground, and it's not going to work out. So massive things contributing to success are, I'm going to be real with everyone. Okay. One, you have to have an effective team. You have to have a business. In my opinion, you need a business partner. You need supporting cast. You need support from family, whatever it is, something to keep you going. Right. And I'm not saying you, like I said, you don't have to start that way, but just always look, how can you find someone that can complement your skill sets, right? Because you're going to move faster, right? Just period. 2 people working on something goes faster. 5 people working on something goes even faster. Okay. So you need a team, man. You need someone to help you. That contributes to success. 2 is, you have to have a big enough of an idea that gives you the ability to grow into a big success, right? A lot of people aren't thinking big enough, right? You have to think so big, it scares the shit out of you, right? Like, I see a lot of people and they make the mistake of, they come up with an idea and they're not thinking of how big can we really make this, right? You don't want to show up, you don't want to show up to a T-ball field, right? Like, you can only have so much success there. You need to think big enough to where you're going to be playing with the New York Yankees, right? Like, you want to be in the spotlight. You need to think of ideas that solve massive problems, because when you do that, you put yourself in a position where you're able to scale it. You're able to have something that can grow into something big. You need a big idea, a big thing that solves a massive problem. That contributes to success. On top of having that, this game is timing, man. Like, I don't care what anyone tells you. Like, they want to be like, I'm a genius, I'm smart. That's all bullshit. Yes, can people be smarter than others? Absolutely. But it comes down to 2 things, basically. How ambitious are you? Okay. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be this brainiac. You just have to be ambitious as hell. And if you're ambitious, you have to have a little bit of luck in the form of timing, right? Anyone that started a successful business, right? It's not because they're like, I calculated this and this and this and this, and I nailed it all, and now I'm a massive business. No, this is how it really works. I have an idea. I'm working on it. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's keep working on it every day. Holy crap, the timing's perfect. I see that the timing's perfect. Boom. I'm going to capitalize on it, and now I become your next Amazon or your next Apple or your next ClickFunnels, right? That's how it works, okay? It's right place, right time. And when you're able to see that, you have to capitalize. The difference is, a lot of people can be in the right place at the right time. They just don't see it and they don't capitalize on it, all right? You have to be able to see that the timing is there and you're able to nail it. Like, do you remember Segways when they came out? Like the Segway?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Segway, I think, is still a great idea. Okay. Like, literally, if you think of how many people are populating this planet, okay, eventually, like, it's an easier way to travel. Segway was one of the biggest failures ever. I think they sold like 50,000 units ever, right? And the reason was because the timing wasn't right. Like, it's a cool idea, but just the wrong time. So success, man, for me, strong support team, a big enough idea to execute on, and you have to have timing, right place, right time. Time in itself is a talent to nail, and you have to have a little bit of that on your side. That's just the reality of it. Some people have been in this space for 20 years, have not found their moment. Some people come in 2 weeks later, blow up a company to $100 million. It's just, did you see it and did you capitalize on it?
Got it. So 3 things: building a team, having support, big idea, solve big problem, and number 3, have ambition and a bit of the timing. And that is, wow, really amazing. And yeah, thanks for sharing that, Blake. I mean, like, although it's not related to, like, quote unquote funnel stuff, but I believe that itself will really help people massively. So, Blake, talking about timing, what is the thing that is so hot right now that that people literally in any business can capitalize on, that we both are working on?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, right, talking about timing, right?
Yeah.
And what is the thing that you are working on right now that could be an opportunity for every single person?
Yeah. So another thing, right? Like timing, perfect example. So created a program called Blake's Partner Program, which is oh man, gosh, to put this thing together was amazing. But basically found a way for people to start their own digital products business, right? I was looking around the competitive landscape. We were seeing what's going on. And it's tough. It's tough to launch a successful funnel, right? There's so many things you have to do, right? You have to get the product right. You have to get the messaging, the copy, the emails, the funnel. I mean, there's so many things you have to nail that it becomes very difficult. And funny enough, we created a program that kind of solves all of that. That was actually born from something that happened a while back. I was out to dinner one night and I was on my phone, and I remember I saw a post on Facebook, right? A little backstory on it. And I click on that post on Facebook and I started to think, I do this all the time, right? I'm clicking on people's profiles. I'm nosy as hell. I'm clicking on their profile and I'm like, damn, dude, like I do this like so much. It's almost embarrassing. And I started thinking, like, how many people are clicking on my profile? How many people are checking out all of my stuff? So I ran this experiment where I transformed my Facebook profiles. If everyone's ever done that before, maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, I turned my Facebook profile into kind of like a landing page, kind of like a funnel. And next thing I know, I changed the images, I changed the cover photo, I changed the feature photo, I added links and buttons and all this stuff. And by the time I was done with it, it looked like an actual sales funnel. And I went to launch this thing. I turned it on, and like 9 days later, I made like $25,000 in sales. Absolutely crazy. And as a result, the first thing I'm thinking of, like, was it really that easy? Like, all I did was make tweaks to my profile, and I generated like free traffic to my products and services doing like nothing. So I'm my own worst critic. I'm the person that's like, I got lucky as hell. No one else is going to have the same success. It was a fluke. So I decided to turn that into a course called the Social Media Lead Machine. And what I did was I was launching the Facebook group. You remember the Freedom Fighters at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me give this away. Let me see if this works, right? So I launched this thing. I give the Social Media Lead Machine, which all the social media lead machine was just the process of transforming your profile. It's just an online course to teach anyone how to transform their profile. Launch it. 1,000 people bought it. And I just sit there for like 2 days. And I'm like, oh, it's a bust. No one had success. And like day 3 or 4, I remember seeing posts pop up on my newsfeed, like having success, making sales, 5,000 sales, 2,000 sales, 300 new leads, 500 new leads, 100 new opt-ins, 5 new clients, massive amounts of success from this product. So I was like, oh my gosh, like it's working. Okay. It's like really working, but that wasn't enough. I went a step further. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. All right. If they're having success, do I think total strangers can like have success with it? So I launched ads to it, and I noticed, one, yes, everyone was purchasing this thing. Everyone was having success with it. But what I noticed about it was that there was all different types of businesses buying the Social Media Lead Machine. I had mixed martial arts buying it. I had a guy who was selling his Christian rock music to transform his profile. I had freelancers buy. I had digital marketers buy. I had e-com drop shippers buy. I had Amazon FBA owners buy. I had every type of business buy this thing. And that's when the light bulb went off, was like, holy crap, wait a minute. There's like 100 million businesses on Facebook. There's a reason all of these businesses, there's so many different types of businesses buying it. There's 100 million businesses on Facebook. None of them are doing this. And I can't do this alone. I can't make a funnel for all different types of niches. I can't do one for real estate and MLM and drop shipping and CBD and all this stuff. I knew I needed help. So I had this idea to basically take my Social Media Lead Machine, clone that entire business, and give other people the opportunity to partner with me to run it as their own, where I give you all of your own products. I give you the funnel, the message, the marketing. I give you everything you need, the emails, everything. And I teach you how to customize it to fit your market. And that is what turned into Blake's partner program, which is the ability to clone my successful online business that's already making a killing and run it as your own from your laptop. And all you have to do is customize everything and pick a niche, and it becomes your business. It's your products. It's everything is yours. I am just the person inside that's the instructor inside of your course. Everything else is completely yours. And that's what turned into the partner program.
Yep. Like seriously, like the partner program, like at first I was on a hunch, like should I join, should I not join, and then once when I got in, literally, like I think I shared my story in the group, like I built my entire funnel. I was like hesitant to shoot my masterclass video, so I did not launch it. And right, and April came, I launched it perfectly. Things just took off all the way, and I'm not even joking. It's like it's kind of close to passive, right? Because it is there on your profile. People are checking you out. Like people do not know the amount of clicks that freaking link is just getting.
Crazy clicks.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy, right? So, but what would you say is the biggest breakthrough for you putting this program together?
The biggest breakthrough was how big the opportunity really is, right? Most people fail online in courses because of one thing no one's going to tell you, because they want you to buy their course, right? And that is that nearly every business model that is available, Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, any type of e-commerce, any type of YouTube, all of these things are old as hell. The business models are so old and the markets are so saturated that your chances of success are slim to none. It's just the reality of it, okay? Anyone can argue with me all day. I'm telling you straight up, the reason 99% of people are failing on those things is because you are competing with tens of thousands of people doing it. The biggest breakthrough we had in this is that this is a brand new opportunity, okay? It doesn't exist. There's nowhere else on the internet right now you can get this but inside of this program. It is a completely blue ocean opportunity. And the breakthrough in that is that while everyone else is fighting over scraps, we have this amazing community of people that are early as hell to the market. Again, back to the timing aspect that I was mentioning. Timing is the thing that they're early to the market, and there's a blue ocean of 100 million businesses to serve, and we're just getting started. So that breakthrough, knowing that everything else out there is so freaking saturated, it is a bloody red ocean, your chances of success are slim to none, was realizing that launching this thing with this blue ocean, the breakthrough in that, the epiphany that we had in that was something I could never explain. I can't explain it well because of how amazing of an opportunity it is to really be a part of a program like that, where so many people are having success. I mean, if anyone's in that program, you guys are amazing. You will see constantly, like every other day, someone's like, launched my funnel, 10 minutes later made money. Launched my funnel, 2 days later made $500. Like, you don't get that in online courses, okay? Like, course creators want you to believe that you get that, but you just don't, okay? Like, they show like the same 5 testimonials for like 10 years in a row because no one's having success. I go inside and check out, go to my story after this and check it out. I'm literally posting new success stories every single day, okay? Because of how wide open of an opportunity this is to capitalize in on. So the breakthrough is seeing, as we're creating this, is how big this thing really is and how much of an advantage people have being a partner inside this program right now because it's ground zero.
Yep. I'm like, because I joined in right at the launch, and just to see in a couple of like three to 4 months, your group grew like, it's almost, growing really, really fast, like almost triple, 5 times, like almost 5 times the number since its first launch. It's really, really crazy, Blake. And like you said, right, there are so many programs out there, but people just buy and they don't really take action, right? Like, what I really love about this, it's not a program. It's like Blake literally handing you a business. All you gotta do is just do exactly what Blake says, and you got the entire business handed to you. So it's really, really like life-changing stuff, and like seriously, like, freedom fighters. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
And it's cool, right? Because like, you're not building anything from scratch, right? You're not like it's done. The business is done. I have it. You can go to my funnel right now. Like I drink my own Kool-Aid. Okay, like I said, I don't like build a course and then think I'm a guru and then try and sell it to you. I'm doing the exact same business as my partners every single day. Okay, so it's already done. All I do inside of the program, that's why I don't consider it a course, because I'm done. No more courses. We're done learning. Let's start doing. And inside of the program, all I'm doing, I'm not really teaching you. I'm just saying, here's how we set it up so you can get this business up and running as quickly as possible, because all of the legwork's already done. You're not building anything from scratch like a traditional online course. You're literally just connecting the dots so you can launch your funnel and start generating income.
Wow, that's really amazing, man. Like, and the success rate that you have just blows my mind. Like, literally just blows my mind. Like,
it's been an experience. Yeah, it's like, it's a long time coming, but you know what? It is the opportunity. It's the new thing. It's the new sheriff in town. I firmly believe that. We talk with it with conviction because we know how many lives are being changed from it. I would put any other program against it in terms of success. You're not going to beat it.
100%. Like, I totally agree with that. Like, man, people can create funnels, but to actually, people always say, right, the simple concept, $2 in, $4 out with ads, right? It's simple to say, but not many people actually achieve that level. And I'm not even kidding. This funnel itself, the average cart value is just it's so high. Like,
yeah. Yeah. So like, and here's how modest I am. Like I see someone here launched my funnel last week and already got 3 sales. That's amazing. That is awesome. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. So I'm modest with it too, right? Like that funnel was making me on average $537 a day. Like if I told people what it was making me right now, I mean, it would like, you probably ask why I don't change the number on promoting it. Okay. Cause it doesn't matter to me. Like the amount of money it makes per day now is 4x what I even advertise it as. Right. When most people are opposite, most people would be like, how I make $10,000 a week and they're making like $2,000 a week or something, right? It's actually flipped for us. What I'm marketing it as is way lower than what it's actually making. So it shows you like, look, these things don't come around that often. It's what it is. Okay. Like you don't have opportunities like this that come around every day. It takes time. It takes things. Technology has to accumulate. Markets have to mature. There's a lot of things that have to occur for big opportunities to happen. But the fact that we're all on it right now, because I don't consider this my program or my business partners program, it's the partners program. And we're all in this together. Okay. Like I said, I'm doing it with you. You can literally go to my funnel right now that's online and you would look at it and go, holy shit, Blake's actually doing this too. He's not just selling it like this, guru. He's doing it with me. And that's one of the coolest things about it is that I'm in it. I'm in the trenches with everyone else. I'm out there, I'm spending money, and I bring back the results to the partners so that they can implement it in their funnel and have success. The key here is being able to niche down, find a market to go after, and have success. And we've seen partners do it. There's already partners in the first couple of months that have done over 6 figures, which is amazing, right? So it's really cool to experience it and the power behind getting a community of partners together to really go attack this idea together.
yeah, man, like exactly what you said, like because there are just so many people out there who teach something but they do something different, right? So that's why I'm so amazed by you doing this and you actually doing what you preach, and like you're always there in the group, always helping people, right? So like if like some people who are just already so massively successful, they will just like get a VA team, like although you still have your support team, but you're still there, right? You still have your own personal touch
every day. Yeah. I'm not your I don't believe in that whole absent, like never communicate with your group. Like those are the people that put trust in you. So it's my responsibility to show them they made the right decision by being in there. I have people reach out to me like, dude, you need to get some sleep. Like you're in that group 24/7. I'm like, yeah, because I care. Like I have a vested interest in my partners, right? It's not just like, good luck, guys. Hope it works out. See you later. And I'm out. I'm like, no, let's all make this work together, right? Because like it's a win-win, everyone wins. It would be pointless for me to not engage. So I'm in the group, I'm helping. I want people to win. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll be in the group and someone's like, hey, my SMTP doesn't work. And I could be like, oh, someone handle that for me. Sometimes I'm like, hey, like, check this out. I got an amazing support squad in there. Darren is in there. He's killing it. He helps out. Like it's just a community. And like at the end of the day, the most important thing you can have in any of this stuff to have success, like I said, success point number 1 is you need a good support team. You need a good supporting cast. And that group is one giant supporting cast, everyone helping everyone. So I think it's key, man. I don't know why group owners abandon their own groups that they started to be more social. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm always in there. My partner's in there. The team's in there. We want everyone to win.
Wow, that's really awesome, Blake. Again, thank you so much for sharing all your value bombs. Dude, like the things that you share here was the things that essentially gave changed my mindset and like literally gave me a breakthrough as well, right? Like the first thing that you said, right, that I heard on the podcast, literally, guys, for those of you who are just jumping on, like Blake said, right, don't focus on your success, but focus on the results that you can help other people generate. And that itself, it is exactly like, dude, like just talking about this, like this was not planned again, right? But whatever you just said over here, right? Seeing about helping other people get their success, right? Having a team, having a support team, right? Building something that is ambitious, having a good idea, having a perfect timing. That is exactly, I would say, the definition of your partner program. Like we didn't plan this, but that literally is the definition of your partner program, dude.
Yeah, so it is. It's about, look, like I said, if you took nothing from this live, if you took nothing from this, the one thing I want you guys to understand is that start helping others have success. It is the fastest way that you will grow yours. Okay. Start helping other people have success and watch I'm telling you, do it for 3 months of your life. Like, and if it doesn't work, come back and send me a DM and then go, Blake, you're full of shit. It doesn't work. Okay. I'm not going to get one single DM. If you start helping other people have success, watch how much comes as a fringe benefit, as a byproduct of doing that. Okay. It's the most amazing thing in the world. Henry Ford, right? We all know him, started the freaking assembly line, right? Mass produced automobiles. Okay. As a result of mass producing automobiles, the byproduct was all this coal, right? All this coal came off and stuff. And Henry Ford and I forgot the other guy's name. It's King's something. They're like, hey, we have this idea. What if we take all of this byproduct and package it up and give it to people as charcoal for like fires and things like that? And they started a company called Kingsford Charcoal. You guys have probably been in the supermarkets. You've seen Kingsford Charcoal. It's in this white bag with blue and red on it. It's literally a byproduct. They started a multi successful business as a byproduct of what they were doing. Okay. So as you're sitting there and you're working on your businesses, don't forget to help other people, because the byproduct of doing that is gonna propagate into something you could never imagine in your life. My entire career was literally built off helping people, nothing else. I had no money. I was broke as shit. All I had was one thing, and that was time. So I said, you know what? How can I find a way to leverage my time? I'm not worth anything. Okay. We all as entrepreneurs want to think that our time is so valuable. Bull crap. My time was worth nothing because I was making nothing. So as a result, I said, all right, well, if I'm not worth much right now in terms of my hourly rate, how can I just give time? And when you do that, watch how much things will change. I promise you. Does it require work? Yes. You're going to work your face off, but how bad do you want it? Because at the end of the day, your life can change. 3 years ago, I was broke as hell. Okay. Done over $15 million online since then, simply by starting by helping others. That's it. There is no secret.
Wow, really, really profound stuff again. Guys, so if you really see the opportunity in this and understand that things don't come by just like that, we are at the forefront of something which is really, really big over here. And this is a time, right? If you're looking for that, like the timing, this is the timing to get into this, right? I just dropped the link in the chat below. Go ahead and check out, the webinar that Blake put together so you can understand this whole thing in a whole. And, once again, like Blake, thank you so much for spending time here with us. And, for delivering so much value, like you always do, right? Help people by actually helping people. And literally that's the experience that I personally had in your program as well. And I know that this program will help other people get the messy success and actually launch their first sales funnel, which actually made them money, right? Because I did sales funnel before. I was dabbling, but I never launched a profitable sales funnel. Not until this program. I swear.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard that too from people. They're like, I've done OFA, I've done these other things, and I'm nothing bad about those. Those are all great programs. And they're like, but I actually got to launch a funnel that made money. And I was like, that's the goal here. I want to show you that you can make money online. Honestly, and maybe I'm biased, right? But objectively looking at it, I don't know of a better way to make money online than inside of this program. Like, I don't. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yep. Totally agree. I mean, like I have been in many other programs, like although other programs really help in my foundation and stuff, but just looking at the numbers and the stats, like by far the number of people that you have and the success rate, like, dude, your program just blows anyone out of the water, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. No, it's been humbling. We're here. Everyone's here to win. I know people want to make money online. It's what it is, right? At the end of the day, who doesn't want to make money online? Okay.
That's the truth.
Right. Like, that's like, do you really want to wake up every day to a 9 to 5? Maybe some of you do, and that's cool. That's nothing wrong with that. But if I told you that you could start earning an income online, even if it's not my partner program, even if you want to do affiliate marketing, you want to do something else, there is no better asset than leveraging the power of the internet to create a full-time career. And it's one of the most amazing things. So it's been humbling to build this program out. It's been humbling to learn all this stuff. At the end of the day, we still come from a servitude mindset. I still help people. People send me messages. I can't get back to everyone as fast as I'd like, but at the end of the day, we're here to help, man. Like, I know someone helped me when I first got started, and I've been paying it forward ever since. And I implore everyone to do the same and watch how this community is going to grow together, and watch how your success is going to change when you start flipping that switch from how do I win to how can I make someone else win.
Well, again, thank you so much, Blake. We'll end it on that note, right? Guys, the only one thing that you take away, literally Blake just said it, just switch your mindset. Instead of thinking about yourself winning, think about how you can help other people winning. Well, thanks again, Blake. For you guys again, if you really want to jump on this opportunity, I've already dropped the link in this live, and I'll change it in the comments below, in the description. Definitely check it out. Check it out, Blake. See the opportunity and see if it's a good fit for you or not. But trust me, I'm telling you, for someone like I've been personally in, and it's literally just life changing, right? It's almost close to passive that, and I earn so much. And again, Blake, thank you so much for spending time with us, doing this webinar, giving so much value over here, and just sharing so openly, right? I mean, like, dude, you're so successful, but you're still so humble. Oh gosh.
I'm a normal dude. Josh, thanks for having me, man. Guys, I'm just a normal dude. I'm here to help each and every one of you have success. Okay. So that's the goal. Like, leave you with one thing. At the end of the day, if you feel like things aren't moving forward, if you feel like things are not pushing the way you want them to, just stay in the game. Keep pushing forward. I promise you, as long as you show up every day, you're going to have your moment. Okay. So hang out, stay in the game. We're here to help. Joshua's here to help you guys and everything that you do. I'm here to help. Dude, thanks for having me on. You have an amazing community. I see so many people on right now hanging out. Guys, thanks for giving your time. You've spent 45 minutes with us. You could have been anywhere else in the world right now. So really appreciate you guys hanging out.
Yep. Thank you so much, and see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.